is the NBA playoff second round. Denver Nuggets versus the number one seed Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The Celtics play the Indiana Pacers. It is incredible. It is NBA playoffs. Thank you for making it, and let's dive right into it. So earlier today we had the Indiana Pacers versus the Celtics, and the Celtics played on their home floor. Yet the Indiana Pacers found a way down on the road to take game one. And sometimes that game one might be the difference between the win for the rest of the series or the loss. Give credit to the Indiana Pacers. So let's get into some of the things that we can take out from this series. So the Denver Nugget, the Celtics are a powerhouse, defending NBA champions, and rightfully so. You would find them to be the favorites long run. But the Indiana Pacers say, look, we are not going down cold, so we are going to strike fast, give you the fast punch, and let you play catch up. Sometimes becomes the greatest way to win a series if you can punch fast and make the other team play catch up. And I think that's what the Indiana Pacers did. It was a great game. It was an incredible game, and I'm going to be very specific and quick because I don't want to take too much time on this live tonight. So, what happened in these games is that the Celtics, the style of the Celtics, is basically let's hit first, keep the lead, and let them try to catch up. Which is always hard to catch up when a team is having like I don't know this huge lead and you are asked and tasked to go on a run where you have to keep playing and playing just to catch up, and that's what the Knicks was trying to do, and eventually they caught up. And now this plays into the Knicks side. It helps them because they play a game and a style of basketball that for them, cheapiness, scrappy plays, those are where they thrive. Those are the plays where they make the most out of it. You know, so you start looking and you're like, oh, okay, I see. But the truth is, the Knicks want this game to be close because then they can just go to Brunson. He likes playing in open, just open space, and he just goes to work one on one. You know, and not to say that the Celtics don't have anybody to play one on one. They definitely do. The only difference is for the Knicks, it favors them. With their size, when you give the ball on one, the Celtics don't have as much advantage because of their size, and rather probably they can go to guards. But when they go with cut can guard shorter players, small guards. Which is not the same thing for Brunson. He can take almost anyone one on one in the clutch, and he's gonna make you pay. And they've set a system around him, runs screens for him until he gets his favorite matchup, and do not disturb him until he lets the ball go to the hoop or he asks for help. So this really favored the Knicks. And you sit down and you're like, okay, yeah, the New York Knicks, it's game one, they stole it. But I think they have a chance if they can keep their games very close, if they can keep their games, right next to the Celtics, it's really, really gonna be in their favor, all series. So I'm looking at the Knicks really, really doing such a great job stealing game one. And now they have to be greedy because most of the time with these teams, when you get game one, there's this complacent situation that goes on for everybody. And they just, yeah, we got game one. We can afford to lose game two because we got one on the road. No, get greedy. Put them in a situation where they come into your home flow, feeling like they have to do the same thing, and then you just rip their heart from that. So can the Knicks get greedy? I'm sure the Celtics will bounce back. But if they are going to do what they did and put off the foot off the pedal and let the Knicks come back into a game and make it a close game, they're going to lose this game. So uh, uh, give credit to New York Knicks for stealing game one. It is huge. It is huge. And really, I do think they might take this to game seven, but I still got the Celtics winning it regardless of the seed, the seventh seed or whatever. So yeah, credit to the Knicks. And then we wait a couple hours, and the Joker makes the face again, makes the laugh again, and here we are, looking at the number one seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't want to overreact. The Thunder will obviously come back, but it looks like we kind of say the same thing for them Clippers. And now they're in Cancun, baby. So the Denver Nuggets look very, very familiar from what we saw in their finals years. I don't think they have enough to go all the way, but they have enough to make damage up until the conference finals. So tonight they come in, and this powerhouse target Thunder team pretty much leads the whole way. The Nuggets keep fighting, comes back into a game. In game in Up until the five mark, this game was all for the Thunder for the take. But then the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokić specifically does his magic, hits a three, cuts it to double the one possession game. Up until it was 1 point game because of missed free throws here and there. And if he made all his free throws, by the way, we wouldn't be talking about a close game. They would have won this game, taken it to be specific. So Nikola Jokic makes the magic, and I am going to talk about this, and I hope people understand it. Today, the Oklahoma City Thunder proved that their experience is in the lacking. You cannot play the foul game when you still have almost 1 minute to go and the other team is down. You must bet on yourself for them to make a mistake. But playing the foul game showed weakness, and the Denver Nuggets took advantage of that. They didn't do the same thing, kept their poise. Russell Westbrook makes a play. Aaron Gordon comes in clutch, just like the game in the Clippers when he hit the game winning dunk. Now he hits a three. So these are games that the Nuggets won, games that are close, games that are in their favor, games that are going to give them a chance to do whatever they want in the clutch, because that's how they build. They build to beat you in the clutch because Nikola can just take over in the clutch. He can just do the damages, so they need to be careful. If they're going to win these games, they have to bet on themselves to keep the lead. Their defense has to come through. But trouble with their fouls. Trouble again. But again, they keep it close. They will probably most likely come back in game two and smother this Denver team. But they got one on the road. That's what matters now. Can they handle business at home? I still take this series 7 again. So we've got a game 7 over here. We've got a game seven in TD Garden. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Tomorrow we look forward to the matchups that we have. But what a game by the Denver Nuggets, and it's their fight. The DNA of a champion is not something that should be taken for granted. You saw them fight to the end, absolutely to the end. And you can sit down in here, tell me whatever, whatever, whatever. No, no, no. These Denver Nuggets, they have a bright future ahead of them in these NBA finals. They have a bright future in these NBA finals. And man, talk about games. It is the NBA finals. We are one game in with the Pacers still in one game versus Cleveland. The New York Knicks still another game, and Denver Nuggets does the same thing. So I don't know if we are in for some fluke going forward, but I'm looking for my Warriors to do the same thing. You see me motivated out here, trying to see the bright side, and you know, the Nuggets take game one, Pacers stole game one, and they have another game tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The New York Knicks will play tomorrow again. Wow, that is incredible. Well, the other tomorrow. Um, this is great. Warriors do the same thing, man. Still one on the road. It is NBA playoffs. This is the game today. We thank you for making the game today. I have been your host, Claret, and I'll see you in the breakdown tomorrow. Warriors T Wolves coming up tomorrow, today, and it's gonna be fun. Playoff baby. Stay tuned.